Donald Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had to go in front of the House Ways and Means Committee this week, and boy did he have a bad time. Now, I have long said, after watching clips of this guy, seeing how he performs in front of Congress, that Scott Besant, out of everybody else in Donald Trump's cabinet, up to and possibly including Trump himself, Besant is the most arrogant. When he speaks, he is smug, he is condescending. I'm a billionaire, I know what's best. Everybody just shut the hell up because I'm smarter than all of you because I have money. That is the air that this guy gives off, and it's absolutely disgusting to see him speak. I mean, I genuinely have an intense loathing of this guy simply based on the smugness. And that smugness was on full display during his appearance before Congress. And it began, of course, because he wouldn't let women speak. Anytime a woman started talking to him, a member of Congress that happens to be a woman, he would interrupt him. The first one happened when he interrupted Democratic Representative Linda Sanchez, and she was basically forced to say, but please don't interrupt me during my time, okay? I know I'm a woman, but please try to limit yourself to answering my questions. So he got scolded right out of the gate for interrupting this woman. But that didn't stop him, because the next time a woman spoke to him, he did the same thing. This time it was Democratic Representative Stacey Plaskett, and he interrupted her as she was speaking, and he said, "Ma'am, that's incorrect." And she goes, "Excuse me. Let me get something straight with you first here. I've seen you interrupt everyone. When you come to someone's house, you respect their rules. And in this house, we don't interrupt individuals, and you're not going to interrupt my time. You may want to jot down some notes about things that you don't agree with me on so that you can respond to them, but while I'm speaking as the person holding this time, you will refrain from speaking, sir, until I am done, and then I will give you time to speak, okay?" And he smugly responded, "Look forward to facts." And Plaskett then quipped back, "I look forward to your response, whether they're factual or incorrect." So you would think that'd be, wow, holy crap, that's pretty bad, right? No, it continued to get worse for Besant. Because then you had Democratic Representative Don Beyer, who pointed out to Besant that the only time the market does well is when Donald Trump chickens out. And then Beyer said, "Isn't that embarrassing?" And Besant responded, "It isn't embarrassing. I'm sorry, Congressman, but you seem not to have seen the economic data. The GDP growth has been quite substantial. Job growth is solid." And then Beyer interrupted him, turning the tables on him, and said, "GDP growth is half what it was last year, sir." And Besant said, "The job growth is solid, and private sector job growth especially." To which Beyer again had to say, "Job growth is a third what it was all last year, sir." So this smug SOB is trying to say that GDP is great. We shrank in the first quarter of this year. We're probably going to shrink this quarter that ends at the end of June too, which means we're officially in a recession. So I don't know how you can sit there and be like, GDP growth is solid. It's literally not. You're accusing him of not seeing the economic numbers, but clearly you're the one that hasn't seen the numbers. Job growth is great. They just revised down the March and April job reports by 79,000 jobs. Job growth in May was weaker than anticipated. Yeah, we're still adding jobs, but it's way below anything we saw in the Biden years. So Besant and his smug ass can get up there and say whatever the hell he wants. That doesn't make it true. And kudos to these Democratic lawmakers for not only calling him out, but for having the facts to shut him down. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.